Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach.
Okay, so I'm going to teach you new tools, which is Sonarqube. So the question is, what is Sonarqube? Uh, See, you can spend some time on the website. Okay, uh, that anyways you can do that. Here is the Sonar Source is the website name, of where the Sonar Source is the company name, and the Sonarqube is one of their product. I mean flagship product, I must say. And they have a few more products also. If you check this here, Sonar Lint, and they have come up with the Sonar Cloud also. That means Sonar Cube you can manage, self-manage. You can install in your infrastructure. If you don't want the Sonar Cube to be managed, then you can go for cloud. If you want to integrate with the ID and all, Sonar Lint. So that is something which we have. So the question is, what is SonarQube? So when I look at the SonarQube, I see that SonarQube is doing nothing but quality management. Okay, this is the quality management. So now next thing is, what is a tool? So you know the definition of tool. You will use the new tools only if it is saving cost, saving time, and improve the quality of the work, right? Then only you will use the certain tools. Otherwise, why to use some any tools, right? Correct, no? Simple. So that's our definition of tools. That means the question you should ask, how Sonarqube will save my cost? Cost for software development, right? How it can save time? Software release and improve the quality. So improve the quality for what? For software. Because we all are software engineers, right? So how can help? So in order to understand how it can save the software development cost, software, how it can save time in terms of software release process and improve the quality of the software, you need to understand that management, and then you need to understand what quality. So guys, here quality is a very broad word, but when I talk about the Sonarqube specifically and quality, then we are talking the two quality. One is code quality, means your what is the quality of your code. That is the one thing. And second one is test quality. Okay, so these are the two quality matrices we have: code quality and test quality. Okay, so in this session, I'm going to focus on code quality. Okay, not test quality, because this is something which you will do only after the or acceptance testing. So we are trying to focus on the code quality. So here we understand that quality means code quality, but what exactly managing that? So basically here you will manage quality, code quality. In a simple way, if I say, who has committed a good code or bad code, which code is good, which code is bad, what is a good code or what is a bad code, what is the problem in the code, why this code is good or why this code is bad, how to fix it, and all this stuff like that. So all this information you will get on Sonarqube. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes.
All of you?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So Sonarqube is will help you to manage quality, code quality, and that is where we are going to use this tool. So guys, this is the one of the tool which is from the company called Sonar Source. Just now I showed you. This is developed in Java. Okay. So the moment I say Java, then please do not ask few questions. What question? Rajesh, can I install in Windows or can I install in Linux? Why? Because you know the Java is a platform independent. That means you can install anywhere. Simple. And second question you should not ask, like, what are the prerequisites to install the Sonarqube? Because you know that Java based software you need a JRE, right? JRE. So these two prerequisites is done. So that means it's compatible with all operating systems and you need required GRE to have it. Now they have a multiple different kind of release. One is community release, one is a developer release, one is enterprise release. Now you'll ask what is the difference between community, developer and enterprise. Though we'll focus on the community one, which is a free, and this is the paid one. But you know what? You should not now. Once you spend enough time with the community version, then you should go for checking out the development and enterprise version. So if you go to download section, where is that? Here it is. And you can see the compare between this one, community edition, developer and enterprises. Here you can compare some of the extra support you have it, which is not available here. Okay, so that is something which we have in this one. Now, community version, which I'm going to show you the demo for it. Okay, so now the next question you will say, Rajesh, why do we need to learn Sonarqube? Simple, you know what? Very simple statement. 70% of the bugs in the 70% of the bugs is found in the software. Found in the software is not because of bad testing, but because of cause of bad coding actually. So if you write a good code, you can reduce the most of the bugs in future. Simple. One of the reasons is sufficient for that. So the moment you write a code, you have to get it reviewed. If the code is reviewed, then only you should build and then get into the testing and then release. That is the process what we are supposed to follow. Okay. So all of you are good so far. Any questions? Any doubts?
Not
Is
now,
this
actually.
only is this only for static code or dynamic code analysis?
This is for only for static. I'll come back on this.
Okay.
Okay. So primarily for static code, not for dynamic code. So likewise. So now the next question you will ask, okay, how how SonarQube, you know, can help you for code quality. So you need to understand this part. Guys, there's the two ways which you can do that. One is like a peer code review. I don't have to tell you what exactly peer code review. Your seniors will review the code which you write and then they will pass the comments. Now this is one of the process which we do that to improve the coding standard. But you know what? Sometimes our seniors is also busy, so sometimes it get missed out. Quality code, it gets missed out. So what is the second method which we have? So second method we have a static code review. Okay. So now the question is, what is static code review then? Guys, here static code review. Basically, here what we are trying to say is understand. Here you have a code which review code. Did you understand this line? Did you understand this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the code itself. But you know what, guys? One code which review one scenario. That means you need hundreds of code for 100, 500, thousands of code to test the 1,000 scenarios. So now this code, the one code which you call it, can we call it a rule? Rule which would review the code.
Yes.
As I said, you need lots of rules in that case. So can I say rules which would review the code? And hundreds of rules combine it together, and we call it tool which would review the code. And this tool, can we call it SCA tool? SCA tool. So now if someone will ask you what is SCA tool, would you be able to answer this or not?
What is SCA exactly? I mean, like the abbreviation of SCA.
Static code
Code
analysis
analysis.
tool.
Okay.
So now you have understood what is static code analysis. Static code analysis is nothing but a tool. What it has? Rules. Rules means what rules? It's a code for reviewing the code. Simple. Different scenarios you want to test it. Different codes are there. We call it rule. Put it in together. We call it tool, and that this whole category we call it SCA tool, static code analysis tool. Makes sense, right?
Just to back up, can you clarify differentiation between what's static and dynamic?
So let me call this sarched versus dashed in a little bit of time. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I have a curiosity in mind. What are the tools we have for SCA? Because here I did not say Sonarqube is a SCA tool. I said it's a quality management tool. So where's the SCA tool? So I'll just go to the Google and just search for static code analysis tools. Enter. And now if I go to the wiki, and now look at this here, there's hundreds of tools for SCA, not one, two, three. As per the languages, hundreds of tools. Each tools are specialized in something different one. Some tools will help you to find out the bugs, some tool will help you to find out the maintainability issues, some tool will help you to audit the best practices, some tool will find out that security issues. Hell lot of tools. Java itself, if you look at this, these are the so many tools we have in Java itself. Some of these are free, some of them are paid. So Checkstyle is one of them, which will check the best practices of the coding standard. Find bugs, which will help you to find out the bugs in this. I think security related, you can also use Emma here, and many tools are there. So now these are the SCA tools which we have. Now you will say, Rajesh, how it is interrelated. We'll come back to that in some time. But at least if someone will ask you what is static code analysis thing, you will answer this, right? And here Sonarqube will help you to manage the code quality, static code quality. That is what I was trying to tell you. So are you clear, all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now what is the difference between SAST and DAST? Guys, SAST versus DAST DevOps code. Just whenever you are searching for anything, just put at the end of a DevOps code, you'll get it. And many content which I have written, you will find it, and that definitely will help you to learn faster. But in a simple way, I must tell you. So let's understand in a simple way. So guys, there is a code. Okay, there is a code. This is the source code, and the code which we have Java typically. Now the Java we convert. This is a text file which we can read it. Human. This is human, and machine cannot read this text file. So you have to convert it to binaries. Correct now. So then binaries machine can read it. This is machine. So now what you have? So here SAST means the code which you have, static code. SAST means the static code which is lying somewhere. You are reviewing this code. This is called SAST. More or less, I'm just telling you the high level. What is a dashed? Dashed means dynamic. So dynamic means during the compilation, packaging, and testing. Repeat. I repeat, during the compilation, packaging and testing, you want to read each and every code. You want to test, analyze every code, and that is called dashed. So here, sashed means users need a code. Dashed means you have to use that code in a compilation, packaging, and testing, and then you can run the dashed. And then after the release, this code is going into the production boxes. Production is running the code. Right now, this code is running, and that is where you can go to RASP. RASP. So sashed versus dashed versus RASP. Is it making some sense? All of you?
Yeah, so SAST is something which is not executed, right? It's just
Not excluding. Yes. So now here,
okay.
if you have some tools you see here, Sonarqube is a sashed tool. Now dashed you want, so you have a 45. Again, 45 sashed they do have it. 45 is a company name. So they have a one web spec software name which is for the dashed. IBM has AppScan, but yeah, this was acquired by Wipro now, so you can call it AppScan. So many tools we have for the RASP, and this I think little bit old. Maybe some need more update for this. Okay, so did you understand that, all of you? What is the difference between dashed and RASP?
I mean, SAST is clear, Raju. DAST and the RAST. Can you explain once more?
So this code, the one which you have, let's say Java code, you will compile it, right, to convert it to binaries. You will package it, you will test it, you'll run that software, right? Run in the pre-production environment. And during that, there are some tools which is in a runtime environment. They check that if there is an vulnerabilities before production. So that's called DAST, dynamic applications
Okay.
security testing, or something like that, you can say.
Right, before production. Okay.
Yeah.
And RAST is
Okay,
something
so
which is
during
after production.
after the production, during the production RASP.
During the production.
I think it's not production, it's deployment, right? So there is compilation and then deploying the packages. So I think it's the compilation part, right? That's being tested.
uh, as I said, compilation also dashed is okay. During the packaging also dashed is okay, and during the testing also, when you are running the software in the pre-production, then dashed you can apply.
Okay.
But during the production runtime, you have to apply the RASP.
Okay, for Sonarqube, we need to have these three tools, is it? SAST, DAST, and RAST.
Sonarqube is only code level, SAST.
SAST. Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so that is at a high level, this one. So I was talking about something else, and that was, yes. So guys, what is a Sonarqube? What we have understood? What is Sonarqube? So Sonarqube is a quality management tool. Quality management tool, that means the quality of the code quality primarily. Code quality means static code quality. Remember that, static code quality, and we have discussed now. Now, next question is how Sonarqube works. That is, means architecture or
Um,
something.
Raj, before you go ahead with how, right? So, I mean, like around the context of SRE and DevOps folks, right? Why? I mean, why do we need SonarQube? Like, I understood that it does the code quality check and all that, but in the real time environment, like in real time context, right, are will we be using SonarQube just to see, if a code is good enough or not, or some other use cases that we'll be using?
Yeah. So basically, see here, you have to implement the DevOps. Next question I'll ask, how do we implement the DevOps? Then you'll say, Rajesh, I'm going to set up a CI plus CD. Okay, so C I am focusing more today. I mean, in the DevOps session, SRE probably CD will go into later. Okay, this is the SRE more or less. So then the next question, how do we set up a CI? Then we'll say, hey, we do the planning, and after that coding, then we analyze this code, we do the build the code, and then what we do, we unit testing the code, we package the code. After that, we archive the code. After that, we deploy the code to QA environment, deploy to QA, and after that we perform the acceptance testing, then code coverage, and then finally, if everything is passes, then we do the release. Now the question is, this is a CI process. Now tell me where Sonarqube will fit in into that, all of you.
I think
In
Sonar,
analysis.
Yes. So last session I taught you coding using Git, how to store the code in the last session. This session I'm teaching you how to analyze the code. Next session I'll teach you Gradle and Maven. Then I'll teach you some of the packing tool like a Packer. Archive tool I'll teach you next, Artifactory. Deployment tool I'll teach you Terraform or Ansible. Acceptance testing tool I'll teach you JMeter and what else? Selenium. And then finally whole CI can be integrated with the Jenkins. Followed by we'll move on to the CD tools, which is again you know that agenda.
So
Got
we
it?
will be just using this tool to analyze our code. It's not like we are managing the tool or building the pipeline there or anything like that.
You need a
Like,
pipeline. This has to be in a part of the pipeline, CI
okay.
pipeline.
I
Okay,
think in
so where it
addition,
stands,
yeah, just
yeah,
to add to that, I think in addition to that, once you have it part of the pipeline, it acts as a quality gate, right? To help you understand whether the quality is met or not, so that you can
yes,
promote it. You know.
Okay.
that's there in the Sonarqube actually. Okay, so guys, now how Sonarqube works. So guys, in every architecture, we are the person, we are there, and we interact with the web of the Sonarqube, web Sonarqube, and then web, you know, is connected with the database. Okay, so this you talk to website which is running on 9,000 port. I hope I'm not forgetting it, 9,000 port. And then after that, then website is having database also, and this database is RDBMS. Okay, and there's a two kind of database actually. One is DB RDBMS or DBMS, and one is for search engine, for search and all Elasticsearch is there. Elasticsearch and RDBMS. Which RDBMS? So earlier the MySQL was supported, but now it is not there. So MySQL is there, Postgre is there, Oracle is there, all this thing is there, Derby is there. So all this there, and Elasticsearch. Simple architecture is very simple. So this is the one. But how it works basically? So these are architecture. So let's understand this way. You need to understand this image very well. So guys, this is the Sonarqube server, which I'm going to set up in few minutes. Okay. So this is the Sonarqube server, and this is your laptop. Here, this is your laptop. And now in the Sonarqube server, primarily about three part. Primarily, there are few more functionality. No need to worry about it right now. One is like database. So this is the DB here. This can be any RDBMS except the MySQL recent update. I mean, support is not there for MySQL. And second database, second thing is web. This is the web which I was talking about. And guys, here in the website again we have a somewhere rules. Now, guys, what is rules? I forgot actually. What is the rules?
Code which
code
review the other.
review.
Right, static code analysis tools. That means rules. Rules means code, compile code. So these are the rules. Thousands of rules you have as per the programming language. Please spend some time here also. There are so many other URL also. So that's there. Okay, so what to do now? So guys, here is a code. Now the problem here, it's a different machine, and my laptop is a different machine. So what do we do? So guys, if you see that, we need to run these rules on the code. That is a requirement. Who will do that? So guys, Sonarqube has introduced one scanner. Mind it, where the scanner is located, all of you?
In the laptop, the client
Yes,
machine.
mind. Yes, yes. So the place where you have a code scanner has to be located. Now, what is scanner, guys? It's jar file. Don't complicate your mind. It's just a simple jar file. Now, but you know what? This jar file has been wrapped it around multiple ways. Like it has been wrapped in Maven, it has wrapped it in Gradle, it has wrapped it in Jenkins plugins, it has wrapped it in .NET. So lots of ways it has been wrapped it. But I'm going to show you the command line that's easier. Same, it's a jar file wrapped it in a different platform. Okay, so scanner. So what will happen? You know what? Scanner you need to run on the code. I repeat, please hear me out. Scanner you need to run on the code, and then scanner will read the code and anatomy of the code, and then scanner will hit the server and go to the download the rules. So go to the rules, download the rules in the local machines and apply on the source code. So see here, all this thing, scanner, you run on the code, scanner will go to the server, download the rules, apply on the source code, and then of course you get a reports, correct now? Now this reports you have a complete details, what issues you have in the code, who made it, when it was introduced, why these issues and issues, how to fix it, all this blah blah blah. And this information will be sent to the by the scanner to database, and database you have historical data, 1 day, 2 day, third day, fifth day, 100 days, and from the historical data you can see that data at the website. That's a web front, this is a web layer, and then you can find out, okay, Rajesh is the person who write this code at this year at this time, what is this issues, how to fix it, and all this in blah blah blah, you get it everything. And that is what we want actually, and work is completed. Did you understand the flow, all of you?
So the scanner has to be on the local or it's on the repo or like Git or something.
Scanner has to be, theoretically, I must tell you, scanner has to be a place where the code is lying. Simple. Now, the code, where is the code, you have to ask. Got it?
Right. Okay.
Okay, so guys, this is something which you have. I'll tell you. Don't get confused. Sometime what happens, in the server itself. See, there's one more architecture. This is the GitHub. Okay, what happens? There's a GitHub. They clone the repository in the server itself. And scanner is here. I would say run the code and then update that update in this way. So it's the same architecture actually. You are using the server for everything. That is a different thing. Getting my points, all of you?
Yes, right. But most of the cases we use GitHub, right? GitHub
No,
as a
GitHub has no
server.
compute. Wait. GitHub is no compute. Just downloading the source code. Again, I'm repeating. This is the GitHub. Clone the source code here in the server. Scanner will be here. Scan the code. Report back to the database, and then you can see that. So here, ultimately, you need some places where you can run the compute unit. Compute. GitHub has no compute. Just it's a repository, right?
Yeah, read only. Okay, okay, correct.
Okay. So
So
now, guys, this is some.
for it to scan the repo, is there some sort of tagging required, or you can just scan it on demand?
You decide. I mean, scheduling is a different question altogether. But here I said the moment you run the scanner on the code. Now, the moment means you can run manually or schedule, it's up to you.
Okay.
It's your laptop, right? You can schedule using Jenkins also, right? Jenkins is a long way to go. So
Yeah.
just be there.
Sorry, let me rephrase my question. What I meant was the scanning is invoked when you do a pull or a push, or it's
Those
irrespective of
those those automations can be done. Yeah, those automations. I'm not
it.
discussing those automation. Why? Because it's a part of the Jenkins
Okay.
CI.
All right.
Okay, guys, so now you understood that how it works. So now what we need, guys, I need nothing great. I need one thing, which is server. That is the first thing. Then second thing, I need a code. And oh, let me change the color, right? This is the one thing. This is the code. And third thing, I need a scanner. And fourth thing, I need to do the run this scanner on the code. That's all I need to do. Nothing great about it. And same demo I'm going to show you, and after that we'll move on to the server. So can we set it up? I mean, can we set it up? This one, what do you say? Scan. I mean, Sonarqube. So guys, as I said, Java has to be there. I don't remember the Java. It's there already stored. So Java hyphen version, let me check, is there. Now guys, 11 is there, but the problem is Java is there, 11 is there, but I can recollect my mind. I think latest version of Sonarqube supports 14 actually. Okay, so I'm not able to recall this. So I just it's 17 actually now. Okay, so you should read that. Every day we have I mean, every week we have a new release. Every month we have a major release. Every week we have a minor release and all. So now it's a 17 actually. So last time I showed the demo, I mean, it was somewhere maybe client was scanner was 14 and server was 17. Yeah, I remember that. But now both are 17. That means the latest version. Okay, mind it, it's a 10.4. Okay, so they have a release. You see that? Hell lot of release they have it. So I have to get 17. What do we do in this case? So I am going to uninstall this Java 11. Now the question is, how do we do that? So here I will get the package list of packages. So apt get installed list, and this is the command which I am not able to remember. So here it is. So now I'm going to query the Java. I'm going to remove it, though you can have it 2-1, but I don't feel like complicating that in order to avoid this demo. So I'm going to delete this apt get remove that, and it will remove it, but there's some problem. And it says, what is this? Common. Okay, so you have to remove common, but what is this? Hmm. I'm unable to understand that error quickly. So I'll remove the rest of the things and see if it is working. I don't want 11, but it's there. And you know what? Maybe my search is not good. So instead of Java, I should say JDK. Yes, this is the. So I should remove this guy. Yeah, now it will work. So I just remove it. It should be removing now. And the Java version still is there. So now let me JDK one more time. And here's this one headless package is there. I'm removing it. Okay. If your machine is having no Java, then I will teach you how to install the Java. Wonderful. Java is removed, guys. So now the question is, how do we install the 17? So simply I'll go for this and say Java install DevOps school. Enter. This is the first tutorial you have to get it. This is the comprehensive tutorial. So many version of Java you have it. 17 I want it. Okay. So here it is. 17 Ubuntu, RHEL, all what exactly. So you have a command. Simply I will install it. You can download from the Oracle also, but OpenJDK I like it because it is complexity less. Oracle website they ask you for registration, this, that, and all, which is really irritating. But typically, you know what? You can go to the Oracle, download this, keep it in the local, then install it. So those are the things you can do it very well. Okay, so I installed almost this one also. JRE is not required to because JDK has a JRE along with it, but it's just the formalities. And let me check 17 is there or not. And there. Now, guys, 17 is there, but you know what? Sonarqube we cannot install using a root user. Why? Because remember that Sonarqube has a one component which is called Elasticsearch, and this guy cannot run with the root. You have to be normal user. So let's be normal user now. Exit, and right now I'm Ubuntu user. I'm in normal right now. So what do we do? So I'm going to install the download the Sonarqube site. By the way, you want the installation instruction. So just type Sonarqube install and then type DevOps tool every time. And here, these tutorials, you should get it and you should follow, spend some time with it and then get going. So this is the one which is older image. I need to update it. Maybe later I'll do that. Okay, so these are the things you have to do that. And this is the Docker way, and this is the manual way which I'm going to show you anyways actually for this. Okay, so now what to do? So just I'll say download because I remember the steps. So you should check that documents, but I remember this, so I'm just going for it. And here this is the URL download link below. Copy this link, and here go to the user home, download using wget, and I downloaded the package using normal user. And here I'm going to unzip it. So my god, this file is so long. I have to rename it to get it the healthy one and unzipping it. Okay, so unzip Sonarqube. So this is a package, you download it, unzip it, good to go. Now you have to go inside the folder, and guys, here you have a Elasticsearch. If you are using built-in, which is H2 database, I think, default RDBMS H2, that's there, the directory. Logs will have a logs. The website will be in web. All the jar files will be in a library or extensions if you're adding extra. And this is a startup script and configuration file for Sonarqube will be under the conf. So there's the three files you should remember. Sonar.properties, that is a server configuration. Sonar hyphen dot properties, sorry, so sonar hyphen scanner dot property, that's scanner configuration. And the last one you need to remember, sonar hyphen project dot property, that's your source code property. Three files is important. So good to go. Now I'll go to cd bin, and which operating system, Linux 64-bit, and then I'm going to start the sonar.sh start. That's all. So the port, default port is 9000, and you can check the status. 17 is running, it's good. And whatever the commands I run, you have here also. Now, can I go and check this? So I have to check this IP address, and here this is the 9000 port, and this is your Sonarqube. Still, it's not coming. Just wait for it. So, guys, did you understand all of you?
Yeah.
Running. I'm wondering the 9000 port is open or not. I think I need to check. So you know what I'll do? I'll just unshare the screen for a few seconds, and I'm just checking whether the port is allowed in AWS or not. 9000 port has to be open at the security group. So I'm just checking it. Meanwhile, just you give me 2 seconds. So security and security, everything is allowed, so that means there's no blockage from at least, you know. So let me share my screen. Yeah, so status I should check is running, and I am still not able to get it. I'm checking the RAM utilization is pretty good. Why this is taking so much? Should not take too much time. It's running, you see that there's no problem. Now it has come. So I'm a little surprised because it's 8 GB RAM. This time it's taking more time, and which was not expected. So maybe they have done some addition for the features or something which is consuming lots of CPU and RAM. So that was not expected, but anyways, we have to accept the fact because the new release actually. Okay, so it's little slow, which I was not expecting. So guys, any questions so far in order to get you this server done? Are you clear now?
One question, because this is community version and while you're installing it, um, uh, if I have, let's say, three organizations or three line of businesses, will I need three instances of this from a community
Depends.
version?
See, we have a projects concept in Sonarqube. So it's up to
Right.
you whether you manage hundreds of projects at one Sonarqube, or if you think you have a multiple different accounts and these accounts do not want to share the code with each other, then you should go for the separate one. I mean, depends on your strategy. I will let you decide that one.
Okay.
Ashwini, any questions? Are you understanding all this stuff?
Yeah, I'm getting it. Right now, I don't have any questions at this.
Okay. The system is little slow. Uh, Let me check how can I speed up. I'm just checking if anything is running in this machine, which I stop it, and can we speed up? So sudo docker stop this container. I'm stopping it. So hopefully it should improve little bit of performance on CPU. This machine has a 8 GB RAM and 2 CPU, so it should not be a problem. But says up, but it's not accessible. Okay, so let it come automatically. It should come. So there's no problem as you see right now. So guys, so now what else we need? So guys, we in the laptop we need our two things. One is a code and one is a scanner. So where is the code? So I you have a so many code. Okay, the pop-up has come. Let me username is ADMIN and password is ADMIN itself, I guess. You will have to change the password. So I'll change the password to ADMIN to ADMIN123. And my god, this is very slow. I don't like this release at all. Okay, so here let me change the password. So ADMIN123, ADMIN123, and update. Okay, so good to go. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the second thing, which is code and scanner. So where do we get it? So typically, guys, let me introduce you my directory structure, everything where I have set it up under the C directory and tools. That means in this directory, you will find every of all of my settings. So what we are looking for it? So we are looking for the code. Where is the code? So I have some sample code. Depends on that. You can use any code. That's not a problem. But sample code, I have it, which you can use it for the learning purpose. So if you go for these locations, get comfortable with it. Now you'll say, Rajesh, how do I locate all these codes which you have it? Simple. I'll go to the DevOps School blog and you search for GitHub repo, and here I will get so many tutorials. So I'm just checking which is having lab example. Strange, actually, I'm not getting quickly. I can send you the little bit offline, maybe. Here it is. This is the one, guys. So all of my organizations listed here. This one, okay, and I must mention this one. And second one, this is not the only one, but I have one more, which is organization. Here it is. You know what? I should change this name, GitHub. So this is a complete organization. So hundreds of repository you have it. It will definitely save lots of your time for the future lab setup. So one of the repository which I'm going to use it, that one, I'm going to search in this DevOps School hyphen demo lab project, Sonar. Okay. So these two repository will serve of your purpose. There's a one, this one, and second one, this one. Okay. So both will serve. So I'm going to use this one. If you want to see that, this is the source code, okay, which is important. Here we have two source file only, two Java. Why we have two, only two? It can be thousands also. The more you add a code, it will take a scanning time more actually. So two is sufficient for demo. And this project property, remember that you here you have to study a little bit of this one. There's some meta information which is required actually. For example, project name, the version of the code, and organization, project key, and all kind of things. Source directory, but rest of the things it depends on the your requirement. So gradually you will get it that one. So this project property file is important. This the directory, this all are fake files not needed right now. That's okay. So now this source code I have already cloned it. I repeat, cloned it, not download it. Why? Because if you want to know who introduced the problems, who means the guy, the developer, who and when, then you need to have a git repository. So that's the reason you need to clone it. So where is that? So Sonarqube, there's one folder, and here, in fact, this is a this is the same project. I cloned it. It's ready. So guys, second projects also I cloned it and I have it. Any questions so far, all of you?
Are you also going to show us how to set up the scan through the web interface?
Yeah. I mean, web interface is just a myth actually. The moment you follow that, no, whatever I'm showing you, you
Uh-huh.
will come to the same step. I'll come back. Just give me some time.
Okay.
Web interface is a myth. Whatever I'm teaching you, that's the only one thing you have to do. Whether you go directly for the manual or web. Ultimately, you have to do this one only. Okay. Okay. So code is there. Now third thing, scanner. So how do we get it scanner? So I'll go and Google it. I'll just type Sonarqube and scanner download. And I remember I told you that so many types of scanners are there. Where is that? Not this one, okay? This one, second one. So many types of scanner is there. Now the question is which one I should use it. Now I don't know. It depends on your setup. How do you build? That will decide your scanner capability. So you are having the build, let's say Gradle, then you should use this scanner. Now I must remind you, these all are jar files but wrapped it around the build environment. Are you using .NET, Maven, Azure DevOps, Jenkins, and I'm using none of those. So which one I'm going to show you? This one. What is this? This is the command line. So for this you don't require any additional knowledge, but for this you need to know Gradle first. Then for this you have to know Maven, and for this you have to know Jenkins, which is upcoming topics anyways. Okay, so I'm going to show you the command line, which is a generic steps for every scenario. Okay, so I click on this Sonar source, Sonar scanner, and guys, which operating system I'm having? So Windows 64-bit, Mac, blah blah blah. So this is nothing but a GIF file. Okay, nothing but just download the GIF file, extract it. That's all. So let me do one thing. I have this already, but I'm going to remove it. So this is a scanner. I'm going to remove it. Okay, and delete it in front of you. I keep the directory everything aligned so that way I don't get confusion. So this is the scanner. You know what? There's one more scanner here. I will delete this one also. And there's one more server which I'll delete here also because I don't want duplicate code. And this is the code again. I will delete this one also because for different demo I use it. So this is the code and the scanner directory is here. I'm going to download it. So let me do that. Windows download. This is just a 41 MB file. I'm just using it and and go for this one. Now guys, I'll just go and unzip this one. So extract it here and delete this zip file not needed. It's the latest version, mind it. And here I just move it back. I don't like complicated directory structure. So what I did, nothing great, downloaded, extracted, and put it in one directory structure to simplify. Are you okay so far?
Yes.
Now, guys, where is the jar file which I was talking about? So if you go to the lib, this is the jar file I was talking about. They package it around a different ways, but ultimately this is a jar file. You need a JRE which is inbuilt here. Okay, that's not a problem. And now where's the configuration file here? This is the scanner configuration. You have to modify if you need it. And this is the start stop script. Okay, so guys, all the ingredients I've got it. I got a server, I got a this one, what do you say, code, and I got a scanner. Now, what need to be done? You tell me. What need to be done?
So we need to
Scan.
through web run the scanner and then scan the code.
Do you have to run the scanner on the source code? I repeat, you have to run the scanner on the source code. Which scanner? This guy. Now you want to set this in a path, you can directly call this file anywhere in the any directory, but I'm a little lazy. So what I'll do, I'll call this whole path. This is a scanner, and this is a scanner, and where should I run? On the source code. So can I go to the source code? This is the source code here, and go to the command line, open up this one, and this is the scanner, and enter. That's all. Now there's a one error. Now you have to fix this error. What is this? So if you read this error, you will see that scanner is not able to connect it to what? Any idea?
To the repository or the
Server, Sonarqube server. Remember this, it's a server
server?
is some different machine. Scanner should connect. So by default, it's looking for the local host 9000, which is not able to find out. What do we do in this case? I am going to tell scanner, hey scanner, don't look for the local host because I have a server somewhere else. So which file? So you have to modify sonar-scanner.property, and this line is a default. I'm going to change this and put the IP address. Done. So now guys, now scanner can look for this is all right. Look for this one. That's all. I uncommented it. One more thing I have to change, and that in the code you have to go to the back to the code, which is here. This is a property file. You have to modify the password and all. So this is the user and password in the property file. So remember the sonar hyphen scanner, sonar hyphen project. Please understand the difference between that. So good to go. So can I run this one more time? Enter. Now everything seems to be fine. Only two files will be there. It will take hardly 2 to 3 minutes, not more than that, because only two code. If you have more code, it might take a whole day also. I mean, thousands of code, it might take 4 5 hours also. Depends on the number of code and depends on the number of rules which you apply. I'll talk about it. So now scanning is in progress right now of the code. I have a two code, remember. And now after this, almost done. See success. You have reports available here. And now if I go to the Sonarqube server, now this project will be created. Why? Because this project is created because of this name. Okay, in the file. And now enter. Now still the database is not displayed. Just wait for a few seconds. Keep refreshing it. And now you have come. So do you have a security issues in the code? No. Zero. Reliability issues? No. Maintainability issue? Three issues you have it. Hotspot for the security? No. Coverage? 0% duplicate code? 48%. Now click on that project and look at this overall code. Security, reliability, maintainability, duplicate code, hotspot, coverage, and everything. Now these three issues I want to see that. Click on it. Which are the what kind of issues you have it? You have in front of you. Look at this. This one issue, second issue, third issues. One issue, click on it. This issues, where is an issue? This code, they are reading your code, mind it. Why this issues and issues? This is the complete explanation about it. How do we fix it? They are giving you the recommendation. And who introduced this code and when it was introduced. So this code was introduced by 7 years ago. Why 7 years ago? Because guys, this repository which I showed you, I committed 7 years before. And how much time it required to fix that issue? Only 10 minutes. Who is the culprit? Actually, I want to know that guy. So let's go for activity. And this guy at this year and time has introduced these issues. He's the culprit. And some more information. So see the complete information about it, you get it. Do you want to browse the code? Go to you see the issue is a tab, code is a tab, source directory is the same directory, the one which you have. These are the two code you have it. Go to the code and they will give you the warning where is a problem and all, and you can see that all these problems here. Lines number 20, total line coverage, duplicate code, bugs, vulnerability, code smell, and da da da. So these are the issues. So the whole things, now I just ran it. Now you understood how this scanning is happening, all of you. I Next time what I'll have, what I'll do, modify the code, run the scanner, scan results will be there here, and review the scan results. Not only you, everyone will else will come to know about all the problems which you have in the code.
Can,
Are you
can
understanding
you,
all of you?
yeah, can you also demo connecting to another project through the web interface?
Yes, yes. Let me show you another way. This I did through the opposite way. Now you will
Command
say,
line.
Rajesh, I want to go through web UI. So I told you everything will be same. See here, creating a local project or DevOps platform. DevOps platform means two platform is supported: GitHub and Azure DevOps. So now first I'll show you the local projects. Name it local one and whatever you want to name it, and main branch name it's SCM stuff, whatever it is, and next. Now where is your all this configuration? So here you specify, choose the baseline for new code of the projects, use the global setting, or you want to create a baseline that's not required, and create a projects. Now you have only created a placeholder. I repeat, you just created a one project UI. What I did last time, because I did through the command line, so I pushed the name through code actually. That's the difference. Okay, so now you created a local project. Now the question is, this local projects, where is the source code? It's just coming from Jenkins or GitHub Actions or Bitbucket or CLI, GitHub, GitLab or Azure. The same thing. All the SCM tools are there. Or locally I'm doing that, but Jenkins you have to integrate, GitHub you have to integrate, Bitbucket you have to integrate. It depends on that. So we are using Jenkins in this whole program. I'll show you this one in the Jenkins, but right now locally. And you add it everything and then generate. This is the key, and then continue. Now which tool you want, which build tool? Maven. This is the code you have to run manually. Remember that this is the code you have to run in your local project, just like I did no this code I run manually. This is the Maven code for running the scanner. This is a Gradle command to run the scanner. This is in .NET and few more utilities. Same thing. I did reverse way. You are doing through the UIV. This is basically wizard. They are doing nothing else. Got it? All of you?
So you're gonna
Click.
you're gonna run this through command line? Oh,
Yeah, I mean, this will not work right now because you have a Maven. You don't have a Maven in my laptop. I think I
oh,
have
okay.
a Maven, but no, I have a Maven, I guess, but you don't understand the Maven. That's the problem.
Okay.
So you have to see Maven is there in my laptop, but you have to install Maven. You have to have a sample projects, and then you can
Mm-hmm.
run it. For example, let me quickly show you because you have asked me. So just hold on one project. and I'm creating one dummy project. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. MBN. I'm creating one dummy Maven projects quickly. So Maven DevOps school. Okay, I don't remember the keyword, and I need a command to create a project. So that is Maven archetype. Here it is. So this command will create one fake project, I mean sample project, and after that I can run that one. Okay, so this is a sample projects, and after that I can run this command, the one which I generated here. So here what exactly you are doing, if you understand the Maven, then it will be easier. But here it's a goal name, clean, verify, and this is the scanning goal. And this is the project key. Same thing. See, you all are passing through the command line. What I did, put it in the file. That's all I did. And this is the server, and this is the token which is passed actually, not username and password, but token has been created. So now let it happen, and this project is ready now. If you see that this is the project and run this, oh sorry, copy, paste it. How can I paste it? The problem is the command will not work here. Why? Because this is a multi-line commands, right? So here it will work. Paste it, enter. Now I just did the same thing with the Maven. Got it, all of you?
Okay. Uh, could you also show how you would do it through GitHub?
There's a failure here. Just a second, hold on. What is a
Yeah.
failure? The failure is plugin not found. Okay, so plugin is a problem. So whatever the plugin we have is not found, but where? Okay, so this is the my issues with the system. It's not a Maven issue, it's not a Sonarqube issues. Let me correct it. How to correct it? Because it's my development machine. I have configured, customized little bit of repository. That's the reason I said you should know that many things before.
Rajesh, we should add this pom.xml, no? Should we add a plugin in pom.xml?
Not required. I'll just give me 2 seconds. I'll just fix that some of the
Yeah.
stuff. Maven config here. You can do that by the way. But as I said, no, there's so many ways to run it. Fundamentally, the one which I'm teaching you, that is more than sufficient. Okay, so now it will not come that error. So that pom.xml is already there. Why? Because you know what? That project I created automatically, you know, through the archetype. That is a problem. This modifications is a problem. Then close this guy, rerun this, enter. So now, oh, again, there's a problem here. Modification, I made it mirrors. Oh my God, I was closing this one. My bad. Hmm. Now it should be okay. So everything was there. I just ran it. My system is already set properly with Maven, Java, and all this stuff. So there's one more issues. What is the issues? So, so this issues right now I cannot fix it. Why? I'll tell you this is the problem. So this scanner, if you remember that which Java version was supported, scanner
17.
17, and now there is a problem with this plugin and Java unsupported. So yes. So for this Java, my system, I'm just checking the Java. Uh, it's not coming. Java. What is this? 1.8. That is the problem. Okay. So for this plugin, the Maven plugin, here you see that this is the problem. Look at this here, this line, unsupported Java version. So that is the problem. So if you have a right Java version, it will work as it is. Okay. So guys, did you understand this whole flow, all of you?
Yes. Rajesh, will you have time to even see show through web if we can connect to a Git through GitHub?
GitHub, right? Yes, yes. So let me put it in this way. First, let me explain you the architecture. What will
Yeah.
happen? Understand that it's very simple. So this is a Sonarqube server, and this is the GitHub. So Sonarqube server, and here GitHub. Mind it. Now understand this way. So this now you want to set up a project, which should do you know what? Directly you should talk to the GitHub repository and clone that project in the local and run the scan. So for the Sonarqube to talk to GitHub, what you need? So you need a secret ID and secret key. That is a webhooks actually available in the GitHub. So that is what we needed. So right now, let me show you one more projects. So create a project this time from importing from the GitHub. Where is that? Here it is setup. Now this configuration name, let's say GitHub call it, and then API URL by default it is see API ID, client ID, and secret ID. You have to give it and some private key if you have it. And this you have to save configuration. So now the moment you fill this configuration, now you can browse those repository and do the scanning over there. So this is something we have to configure it. Got it?
Have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.